Good morning students. In this video we are going to revise manufacturing industries chapter 6 of geography, content classification of industry, iron and steel industry, fertilizer, cement, cotton, jute, electronics and IT, automobile, sugar and aluminium. Okay, importance of manufacturing. Helps in modernizing agriculture. The manufacturing it is helping us to modernize our agriculture, provides employment opportunities to millions of people, increase the country's income by exporting manufactured goods, improves the country's infrastructure. Questions, there is a chance to ask question like that. The economic strength of a country is measured by development of manufacturing industries. Explain. Or why do we consider manufacturing sector as a backbone of development in general and economical development? What manufacturing industries are important? Then industrial location, we have studied this one in 8th standard also, in the class also, 10th standard also. So location of the industry depends upon various factors such as availability of the raw materials, availability of cheap labor, availability of power and other infrastructure, proximity to markets, then availability of adequate and swift means of transportation. Then explain why agriculture and industry are complementary to each other, or agriculture and industry are not exclusive of each other. Explain. Or explain how agriculture and industry are interdependent each other. First point of that answer is the agro industries in India have given a major boost to agriculture by raising its productivity. More industry, more raw materials, and this will increase the production of agriculture. Then you can add some of the example, cotton industry like that, any one of example you can add. They depends on the later of raw material and sell their products such as irrigation pumps, fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, plastic and PVC pipes, machines and tools, etc. to the farmers. From the industry sector we are getting like these helping tools for agriculture. Thus the development of and competitiveness of manufacturing industry has not only assisted agriculturists in increasing their production but also made the production process very efficient. Question is, explain why agriculture and industry complementary to each other. First part what we discuss, economic strength in the country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. Answer, the industrial location itself having many things it is needed, basic things. In that we can see availability of the raw material, availability of the cheap labor, then availability of the power and other infrastructure, it means transportation, market, like that things. Then communication, like that many things it is coming in that heading. If it is improved our roads and communication, surely the development of the country also will be very faster. Then third one, classification of industry. Classification of on the basis of source of raw materials, from where we are getting the raw material according to that. And we studied 4 types in smaller classes. Here we want to study only agro based and mineral based. We studied about the ocean based, like that like that marine based, like that many things, forest based, like that many things we studied. But in 10th standard we want to study only 2, agro based and mineral based. Okay, agro based cotton, woolen, silk, then jute, rubber, sugar, tea, coffee, edible oil, etc. Everything it is coming agro based. Mineral based, iron, steel, cement, aluminium, machine tools, then petrochemicals, etc. Then classification according to their main role. What role they are playing, according to that 2 types are there. Basic or key industries which supply their products or raw materials to manufacture other goods like iron and steel and copper smelting and aluminium, like that things. Then second one, consumer industries that produce goods for direct use of consumers, for example sugar, toothpaste, paper, like that things. Then classification on the basis of capital investment. A small scale industry is defined with a reference to the maximum investment. The small scale industry is defined with a reference to the maximum investment allowed on its asset of a unit. At present, the maximum investment is allowed is the rupees 1 crore. Which industries having 1 crore or less than that will come as in the name of small scale industry. Then next one, if the investment is more than 1 crore of any industry, then it is known as the large scale industry. Then on the base of ownership, we can divide into many headings. First one, it is public sector. Second one, private sector. Third one, joint sector. Fourth one, cooperative sector. Like that, many sectors we can see. Public sector owned and operated by government. Then the private sector industries owned and operated by individual or a group of individuals. Then joint sector, that is government sector as well as the private sector, means some of the individual or a group of individual, they are working together. Then cooperative sectors, that is owned by, operated by the producers or suppliers of the raw material or workers, or any two groups together or all three together. Then the next one, based on a bulk and weight of the raw materials and finished products, heavy industries and light industries. Heavy means that is very means the weight of that particular thing. It may be raw material or the after produced thing. Then example, it is iron and steel for heavy industries, and light industries produce the light goods such as electrical industries. Then next comes the major thing what we want to study, textile industry. Then contribution of industrial production, that is 14% in India. Then employment, that is 3.5 crore people. Foreign exchange 24.6 approximate. Contribution of GDP to GDP, that is 4%. Question usually asking like that, give any three reasons of why does cotton textile industry occupies unique position in Indian economy. The textile industry occupies unique position in Indian economy because its contributes significantly to the industrial production 14%, employment generation 35 million people directly, and the second largest after agriculture, etc. And the foreign exchange earning about 24.6%. It contributes 4% towards GDP. Then it is only industry in the country which is self-reliant and complete in its value chain, that is from raw material to the highest value added product. We can see that one, it is starting with fiber. Then it is moving to spinning, then weaving, and the dyeing of the dyeing and finishing. Then comes the garment and manufactures. Then in between we can see the fiber production, that is the raw material or the raw fiber. Then spinning, we are making yarns, and weaving, we are making the fabric. Then the dyeing and finishing, that we are making the garments. When the garments manufacturing also we are doing the same work. Then we are moving to cotton textile. In ancient India, means before 8th century, hand spinning and weaving we was doing, and after 18th century, means the modern age, we are started to use power looms. Then setback during colonial rule due to non-competitiveness with mill-made clothes from England. We was suffering in 16th to 19th century because what they was producing, bringing from England, Indian goods, handmade goods was not competing with that. The first successful textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. Then cotton textile industry was concentrated in cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat because reasons: availability of the raw cotton, market, transport including accessible port facilities, then cheap labor, moist culture, etc. contributes towards its localization. Okay, in which states we are having maximum cotton industry? That is in Maharashtra and Gujarat. Then exports, yarn to Japan we are sending. Then cotton goods USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka and other African countries. Then what are the problems we are facing in cotton industry? Use of poor quality yarn in our mills. We are using many times we are using poor quality, so the foreigners they will send it back. Then tough competition in the world market. Not Japan, they are taking yarn from us and they are making the more finished product. Then we are getting the type of tough competition. Then good quality yarn is for export. Then power supply erratic. We are getting the power supply, that is government is not made that stable power supply still in for the cotton, not only for cotton mill, for everyone. Machinery to be upgraded. The what machinery we kept in the 19th century still we are using. Low output of labor, because laborers are not getting maximum interest to work, that's why we are getting very less output from the laborers. Then cotton textile industry map, and we can see Ahmedabad and Surat, Mumbai, Indore, then Kanpur and Coimbatore and Madurai. These places we want to study. In this year we don't want to study this much, which places you already we have discussed. We will discuss in the revision time again. Then okay, we will continue. Stop now and we will continue in next video.